Nobel Prize in Physics. The Nobel Prize in Physics is a yearly award given by the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences for those who conferred the most outstanding contributions for mankind in the field of physics. It is one of the 5 Nobel Prizes established by the will of Alfred Nobel in 1895 and awarded since 1901, the others being the Nobel Prize in Chemistry, Nobel Prize in Literature, Nobel Peace Prize, Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. The first Nobel Prize in Physics was awarded to German physicist Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen in recognition of the extraordinary services he has rendered by the discovery of a remarkable rays, or X-rays. This award is administered by the Nobel Foundation and widely recognized as the most prestigious award that a scientist can receive in physics. It is presented in Stockholm at an annual ceremony on December 10, the anniversary of Nobel's death. Throughout 2015, a total of 200 individuals have been awarded the prize. Background: Alfred Nobel, in his last will and testament, stated that his wealth be used to create a series of prizes for those who confer the greatest benefit on mankind in the field of physics, chemistry, peace, physiology, or medicine, and literature. Though Nobel wrote several wills during his lifetime, the last one was written a year before he died and was signed by the Swedish-Norwegian Club in Paris on 27 November 1895. Nobel bequeathed 94% of his total assets, 31 million Swedish kronor, that is 186 million US dollars, in 2008 to establish and endow the 5 Nobel Prizes. Due to the level of skepticism surrounding the will, it was not until April 26, 1897 that it was approved by the 13th Norwegian Parliament. The executors of his will were Ragnar Stohlman and Rudolf Liljeqvist, who formed the Nobel Foundation to take care of the Nobel fortune and organize the prizes. The members of the Norwegian Nobel Committee who were to award the Peace Prize were appointed shortly after his will was approved. The prize awarding organizations followed: the Karolinska Institutet on June 7, the Swedish Academy on June 9, and the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences on June 11. The Nobel Foundation then reached an agreement on guidelines for how the Nobel Prize should be awarded. In 1900, the Nobel Foundation newly created statutes were promulgated by King Oscar II. According to Nobel's will, the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences were to award the prize in physics. Nomination and selection. A maximum of 3 Nobel laureates and 2 different works may be selected for the Nobel Prize in Physics. Compared with other Nobel Prizes, the nomination and selection process for the prize in physics is long and rigorous. This is a key reason why it has grown in importance over the years to become the most important prize in physics. The Nobel laureates are selected by the Nobel Committee for Physics, a Nobel Committee that consists of 5 members elected by the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences. In the first stage, several thousand people are asked to nominate candidates. These names are scrutinized and discussed by experts who narrow it to approximately 15 names. The committee submits a report by the recommendations on the final candidates into the academy, where in the physics class it is further discussed. The academy then makes the final decision on the laureates in physics through a majority vote. The name of the nominees are never publicly announced, and neither are they told that they have been considered for the prize. Nomination records are sealed for 50 years. While posthumous nominations are not permitted, awards can be made if the individual died in the months before the decision of the prize committee, typically in October, and the ceremony in December. Prior to 1974, posthumous awards were permitted if the recipient had died after being nominated. The rules for the Nobel Prize in Physics require that the significance of achievements being recognized has been tested by time. In practice, it means that the lag between the discovery and the award is typically on the order of 20 years and can be much longer. For example, Half of the 1983 Nobel Prize in Physics was awarded to the Subramanian Chandrasekhar for his work on stellar structure and evolution that was done during the 1930s. The downside of this approach, not all scientists live long enough for their work to be recognized. Some important scientific discoveries are never considered for a prize, as the discoveries die before the time the impact of their work is appreciated. Prizes. A Physics Nobel Prize laureate earns a gold medal, a diploma bearing a citation, and a sum of money. The amount of money awarded depends on the income of the Nobel Foundation that year. If a prize is awarded to more than one laureate, the money is either split evenly among them, or for three laureates it may be divided into a half and 2/4. Medals. The Nobel Prize medals minted by Myntverket in Sweden and the Mint of Norway since 1902 are registered trademarks of the Nobel Foundation. Each medal has an image of Alfred Nobel in left profile on the obverse. The Nobel Prize medals of physics, chemistry, physiology, or medicine and literature have identical obverses, showing the image of Alfred Nobel and the years of his birth and death, 1833, 1896. Nobel's portrait also appears on the obverse of the Nobel Peace Prize medal and the medal for the prize in economics, but with slightly different design. The image on the reverse of a medal varies according to the institution awarding the prize. The reverse sides of the Nobel Prize medals for chemistry and physics share the same design of nature as the goddess whose veil is held by the genius of science. These medals and the ones in physiology and medicine and literature were designed by Erik Lindbergh in 1902. Diplomas. Nobel laureates receive a diploma directly from the hands of the King of Sweden. Each diploma is uniquely designed by the prize awarding institution for the laureate that receives it. The diploma contains a picture and text which states the name of the laureates and normally it's a citation of why they received the prize. Award money. The laureate is also given a sum of money when they receive a Nobel Prize in the form of a document confirming the amount awarded. In 1902-09, the monetary award was 10 million Swedish kron, that is 1.4 million US dollar. Due to budget cuts in 2012, the amount of each Nobel Prize was 8 million Swedish kron, that is 1.1 million US dollar. The amount may differ depending on how much money the Nobel Foundation can award that year. If there are two laureates in the particular category, the award grant is divided equally between the recipients. If there are three, the awarding committee has the option of dividing the grant equally or awarding one half to one recipient and 1/4 to each of the others. Ceremony. The committee and institution serving the selection board for the prize typically announce the names of the laureates in October. The prize is then awarded at a formal ceremony held annually in Stockholm's Concert Hall on 10 December, the anniversary of Nobel's death. The laureates receive a diploma, a medal, and a document confirming the prize amount. For information on laureates and references, see the web page. Thank you.